Miro Namo Arnaud. Thank you. It was not too difficult to study, really. I'm very, very happy to be here because my business is happiness. So I'm the opposite of many of you in the room. You want to go to Europe or you want to go to New York. This is where I live, to get rich, to be an entrepreneur. And me, my goal is to go anywhere in the world where I can learn a little bit more to be happier myself and to make other people happier. And Nepal, just as, I hope I can say it right, just as Sulaz Vaida just said, and it was a beautiful speech, thank you very much, Nepalese people are very happy. In the West, in Europe, in America, we look towards countries like yourself, to Nepal and Bhutan, where we want to go, where you have the nature and you have the people that smile all the time. And this is what I've seen the last 2 days. A word before I go into my business, what I understood about happiness. I really love part of his speech I heard. Of course, just the part who was not in Nepalese, right? The word was in English. Thank you so much, sir. He mentioned passion. This is true in Nepal. It's true in France. It's true in America. It's true in Japan. Wherever I go, wherever I lived in the world. I worked in 30 countries, 15 different careers. The only common things between anyone successful is that passion, that drive that just doesn't stop them. This is what you'll see tomorrow morning at 9:30 for the event Stand Up for Passion with our 7 different speakers, all from Nepal, all with a very different, beautiful story of happiness. Now, let me speak about what I've studied, happiness. And why is it important? It's because to understand, to remind yourself, before going into any venture, any entrepreneurship venture, you need to remember and to remind yourself and find why you're doing what you do. And this will bring confidence, as he says. He keep mentioning confidence. And confidence, I believe, is not born right away, except for some people. You build it little by little by little. I was born in France. I grew up in Paris. We're famous for many, many things, but we're not famous for being this, American style of confidence. For us, it's very, very slow. And one way for me to accelerate my desire, when I was 16, I was lucky enough to get a scholarship to go to America for 1 year. And then I was in a library and I read a book, Anybody Can Be President. And I thought that was just so amazing. And actually now you can see anybody can be president. Even Donald Trump can be president. So he's probably read the same book as I did, right? And he followed, but unfortunately, it was the wrong people, I think. It was the wrong person to read that book. So this is a very American thing, right? This building confidence little by little. The more you build confidence, the more you understand yourself. And the more you understand yourself, the happier you get. And the happier you get, the more you can go into venture. You'll see tomorrow, for instance, one of our amazing speakers is one of the co-organizers here, Sushil Pokaral. You will see how from a small village, he built his confidence up little by little, step by step, until he knows enough so he can go to the next venture. But he didn't go straight to energy business, which is the business he's in now. And this is what happiness brings you, accelerating your desire, accelerating your passion. Today we'll speak about 15 minutes or so my research on happiness, happiness and entrepreneurship, happiness and innovation, happiness and storytelling. Then we'll have a conversation, right, with you, the MC. And then please ask me any question from the audience. I mean, I love this. This is my happiness. My happiness comes from the crowd work. I get so much energy, right? I'm an extrovert, and this is one reason to know yourself, right? An introvert gets energy from my wife, who's here, she's an introvert. And she gets energy from studying and being focused on something, and she gets good and better and better and better. I'm not like this. If I stay alone, in some place for one day. I get depressed and I study nothing. I cannot do nothing. But that's my personality. Every one of us is different. Tomorrow you will see how one of your most famous actress, for instance, you will see tomorrow, I keep the surprise for tomorrow. She keep exploring herself, being an actress, being a mountaineer, until she truly know a personality. And then she can go back to acting, or she can do more mountain climbing. So what is happiness? Many definitions around the world. What I found is if you can create a life around what you value, what is the most important for you. Again, for me, I need to be in front of a crowd. I need to talk to people every day. I need to travel. I need new culture. But that's just me. Doesn't mean it's good. It's only good for me. That's my passion, right? And some of you will get this energy from reading book and programming, and it's good. But please, this is one thing to remember from my speech, and every time I coach groups and I coach one-to-one people, or I coach crowd, my entire focus is focus on what is good about you. What is your strength? Forget about your weakness. You'll never get good at something you don't like, something you were not born to do it. I could never become a programmer, for instance. Yes, I work around startup in New York City, and I tried just to have a little bit. I tried 3 days seminar on how to learn programming for non-programmer. And every time I fail, I'm just so bad at it. And this is if you can have one tech from what I'm saying, is just focus on your strength. Happiness is living a life around what you value. Connecting to yourself as much as you can, and connecting to others. Because the more you connect to yourself, you have to connect to others to see if it's true. To see if the more you are aligned with who you are, the more you can be real and raw with people next to you. And for this, I decided last night to do a few exercises. I hope it's okay, just to make it more lively and interactive. I do workshop around the world, and I get people around me, and we try to create a tribe, sort of a family-like atmosphere. So we'll do a couple of exercises during my keynotes. The first one, to show you the importance of connecting to one another, is you're going to look at the person on the right of you. Right? You turn your face to the person on the right of you, and you're going to look for 1 minute. Jeanette, sir, please. And you're going to look yourself in the eye for 1 minute until I say stop. You'll see. You can do anything. You can laugh. The only rule is no laughing. All right. 1, 2, 3. Start to look to each other. Don't look at me. Look at each other. Try to go straight in the soul of that person, straight inside. Okay, sure. Of course, please come. Sure, of course. Don't kiss me. Ah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please applaud yourself. You want to come? What did you feel? It was only 20 seconds, but what did you feel?
Yeah, it was just 20 seconds, but I felt like I am in your eyes. I saw myself.
It sounds like very romantic, really. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So yes, the reason we do that, it's because I want the exact same feeling in the rest of your life, this moment of pure connection, where you real. And the more you, fine? Yeah, it's normal, I guess, fine. The more you look at person's eyes, the more you see, voila. And the more you see the other person. And this connection, and I do it around the world. Yeah. Better. Better, better? Yeah, it's good? Thank you very much. So the reason we do that is the more connected you have with yourself, the more you can connect to the person. I do this exercise around the world. And Americans are always so stressed to do that because, you know, they like to get to know someone very fast and do business and go to the next person and not take time. And this is why, if I go back in the speech I heard before, America is good, but it's only short term. So as this amazing businessman was telling us before, if you have an opportunity to create a company here in Nepal, do it first. Stretch it on your limit. And then, when the only limit is America or India or Japan, then go travel. But succeed it first. Can tell you, I've been living for 10 years in America, and the number of French entrepreneurs or Japanese entrepreneur, because I've been living in Japan 4 years, or Chinese entrepreneur, or South African entrepreneur I met. They come to America, they have a little bit of saving, 4 or 5 years, all the money they make in their countries, and they lose everything in 5 years. And they're like, well, I thought America is the country of everything. Yes, but there's just a few facts. Here, I was talking to a couple of entrepreneurs last few days. Many of them, they say they had to see five investors to get one investment. In America, the rule is 150 investors to get one yes. So yes, it's possible in America, but it's much harder. And you're competing against the whole world. All the famous French entrepreneurs, for instance, that make it in their country, it's when they succeed a little bit in France, keep up some of the money, go to America for 6 months, 1 year, just observe. Don't spend so much money. Don't invest. Observe. What's missing in my country? They go back to France, apply what they've seen in America, and make a fortune. And this is, I think, one of the best advice I could give you. Don't go and just try to make as much money in Nepal and go to America. Go observe what's missing in America. Come back and make a killing here. 2 words on happiness and entrepreneurship. Many of you are entrepreneurs in the room. I am an entrepreneur. Many of you want to be entrepreneur, and this is great. But what I want to tell you is, for me, entrepreneur is one thing. It's to be a master of your destiny. So if this is what you want to do, great. You will not have the cushion of the salary, the cushion of your mind is relaxed because you have a salary at the end of the month. But you're going to have this powerful adrenaline, this powerful responsibility, this powerful thing where you can decide whatever and it'll happen. Just for me, Nepal was a dream. It took me 2 years to find the right opportunity to come and do something in Nepal. And my next thing is Mongolia, and then go back to South Africa, and whatever. I decide one thing, and I take a risk. It might work, it might not work, but it's so much happiness, and it's so much stress too. I'm part of a famous club in America called, for instance, Startup Leadership Program. I don't know if it exists in Nepal yet. And we are entrepreneurs, and we meet twice a month. The main topic is happiness. Because as an entrepreneur, you cannot talk to your employee, your colleague, your investor, you're not happy every day. You have to say everything goes well because you want to get more shareholder and more investment. But the truth, it's very difficult. So it's very strange that I found myself now as a happiness expert, and yet I'm an entrepreneur. I still have stress. Stress is there, but stress is good. You've got to use this energy to go beyond yourself, to go to the next step. So entrepreneurship and happiness can happen, but you just have to know that you're going to go through an emotional roller coaster. And you have to be okay with that. Not everyone is okay. Some of my friends that want to be entrepreneur, I say no. You will never happy to be the way you have. You want to be relaxed on weekend, do what you want. Once you're an entrepreneur, you have no more weekend. That's it. The last time I had a corporate job was 13 years ago in France for 18 months. It was a great job, a great salary. I had a great team next to Champs-Élysées, and I was, very well respected. So it was great. And the Friday night, amazing. I could forget everything and go back to work on Monday, and I know I will get paid at the end of the month. Since then, I don't have this Friday night feeling, but I am master of my destiny. So I'm more happier as a concept. Overall, I'm happier. Yet, the stress is always there. So you just have to be ready to take this stress face on and go for it. But of course, I recommend to everyone. For me, it's the best thing to understand yourself, to know who you are, to be an entrepreneur. This is happiness and entrepreneurship. When it comes to happiness and innovation, creativity, last 2 days I was speaking to entrepreneurs, and some people think innovation here is invention. It's not invention, innovation. It's just how can I be different outside the box in my own business? How can I do something different, right? I mean, you will see tomorrow my event, Stand-Up for Passion. It's a storytelling event, for instance. There is many storytelling events around the world. But I say, how can I be different? And the difference is I love coaching people. And I used to be a director and screenwriter and actor. So I've been coaching every of my speakers. I'm the only event around the world coaching speaker like this. So now it's successful. And now I can go around the world. But it's just a simple storytelling event. But I'm innovating. I'm doing something just a bit different. It's just about tweaking. It's incremental tweaking. I was speaking with Sushi yesterday, and I told you about this amazing book in America, came out 3 years ago. They talk about the rules of the 10,000 hours. They say anyone that wants to be successful or happy, or any expert at any field, need to put 10,000 hours in a field, but with incremental effort. So it's not just working hard and going to the office every day or launching your product, but every day, how can I be better than yesterday? Every single hour you spend on your business. It's not about just hard working. You will never be successful. It's just hard working. It's hard working with a bit smarter, a bit more different, a bit more innovative. Innovation is creativity. For this, I'm going to do another exercise. Very simple. I need just one volunteer from the crowd. Great, wow, fast away, thank you very much. Please applaud him. Thank you very much. What's your name?
BK Chandan.
I cannot say your name, but beautiful name. Chandan. Sannalud? Yeah. Okay, Sannalud. Please welcome Sannalud. It's only 2 minutes, and I do it around the world, and I'll talk after why I'm doing this. It's called The Expert. We're going to make Sannalud an expert in a field he knows nothing about. So please throw me some subject you would like him to know about. Anything. What did he say? What did he say? Koji. You know what's Koji? I don't know this Nepalese word. Hey, what else? Modeling? Modeling is good. Have you been a model?
But I coach model.
You coach models? You do in real life? Okay, so it's not good. We need something else. Something he's not an expert in. Huh? Football. Do you know about football?
I teach them the sports psychology, winning psychology.
Oh my God, he does everything, this guy. What else? Okay, something he doesn't know. Huh? Archaeology?
In Nepali term, archaeology?
Archaeology.
नेपालीमा भनिदिनुस् त, archaeology माना?
Do you know anything?
Yeah, I know about the heritage.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who found this guy? Okay, you know, I'm going to choose. I don't think you know anything about this. Happiness. Do you know about happiness? You're happy. Yeah, you're like, okay, he doesn't know. Okay, nuclear science.
Nuclear science. I don't know.
Okay, good. Finally. So, please welcome the biggest expert in the world in nuclear science. Please. He's been written book everywhere in the world. I think he has a PhD from University of Tokyo in nuclear science. I think he was just in Moscow with Putin on nuclear science, telling him what to do. I think Donald Trump is already calling you.
Yeah, you're right.
So I want you to ask him a couple questions on his field of interest. Maybe I'll start. Take the microphone. So, can you tell me, how did you get in the field of nuclear science?
Okay, I have to share the idea.
Yes, share the idea.
Okay, nuclear science.
Yes, with the microphone.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. Uh, in the field of nuclear science, I've been quite resourcing. I've been practicing the meditation from the long time. So I got to discover to know about that E equals to mc square, about the Albert Einstein, and about the two atom bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Uh, then after, I'm quite curious that how much powerful these nuclears have been, that one can kill up to 3 lakhs people or 80,000 at a time. So I want to find out what is the power within this nuclear science. So from spirituality, now I jump into the new field of the science about beyond the spirituality of happiness, how the science or how this nuclear weapons is so much powerful that with one atoms it becomes so much powerful. So in this passions, I got to connect with the NASA Ronast over here, and then they offer me the scholarship to go abroad in the Harvard and Oxford to do the research, and to meet Stephen Hawking, who has been leading one of the scientists of the world over there. So I work with him with 10,000 hours about the nuclear science. Then after now, this is where I am now today, due to my passion of to finding the new areas of interest and to share the world that how to use the nuclear science for the betterment of the world rather than the destroying the world. Yeah.
Are you actually an expert in nuclear science? It's amazing, he knows everything. One question from the public. Do you have any question for him as a specialist of nuclear science? Yes, speak very, very loud. Hold on, maybe I give you the microphone to make sure. Oh, yes, we have a microphone here.
My question is, if America drop nuclear bomb in China, will Nepal be affected?
Okay. You doesn't need to worry about this because the latest my invention about this nuclear science says that I have discovered that whoever tried to drop the bombs or that, then I have installed such a software, or whoever, either Iraq or either China or the South Korea, whoever, they all purchase the ideas from me. So I give them everything, and just I install the software install over there. If anything goes against the humanity, that will be exploded in the air. So you doesn't need to worry.
Please welcome the biggest expert on nuclear science in the world. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow, so much knowledge. Well, if I meet a true expert on nuclear science anywhere in the world, I'll tell him to come to Nepal to see you. Why did I do that? It's to show you that creativity is always inside of us. And you can use laughing. Why was he creative? It's because we empower him too. We give him welcome. I trust him to do that. Even though there was a game, I say, go for it. And he felt good, he felt confident, he felt creative, and he could probably have spoken for 2 hours, right? We know that, just because he felt empowered. And this is what creativity, this is what innovation is about. And it's to find a circle around you, the circle of people that trust you, that feel empowered, that say, yes, you can do it. Yes, the answer are inside of you. This is what one element of happiness is, always to find the right tribe around us, the right group of people. Now, a couple words on what I do as a chief happiness officer. How many of you have heard of this term before? One? Yeah, it's very new, don't worry. So one, maybe two. It's very new. It comes from positive psychology in America. What is positive psychology? There was this psychiatrist called Martin Seligman. And about 20 years ago, after treating and healing people for, I think, over 40 years, he was already 60 years old at the time. One day, his little granddaughter told him, Granddad, you always help people that are not well. They always have problems. Why don't you like happy people? And this guy started to think, why don't I study maybe the strength, the positive thing of people, instead of just the weaknesses? So he created a whole movement of positive psychology, which is how to help someone become better at something he's already good at, instead of focusing on the weakness, on what is not good about, and trying to eliminate, and try to understand why you're wrong, because your childhood, because, I don't know, your country, because your clothes, because your friend. No. And this is the movement in which Chief Happiness Officer was born about 20 years ago in Silicon Valley, mostly with tech startup. And it grew very slowly. And now it's expanding like crazy. For the last 2-3 years, I'm training Chief Happiness Officer in France, in America, in Japan. What is a Chief Happiness Officer? It's everything the human resource guy, director cannot do, which is how to bring well-being in a company. Let me tell you a little bit about what would be the perfect well-being environment in a company for someone to feel empowered and better at what they do on a day-to-day basis. First, you have to be recognized for your job. You need to have your boss. So this is for all of you entrepreneurs who are already boss, managing people. And maybe for some of you that are managed by people, if you can tell to your boss or someone very open-minded in the executive community how to be happier at work. And the reason I'm telling you that, it's of course, it's a very bottom line reason as well. The happier we are as a team, so the more we focus on the strength, the more productive as a team we become. Studies have shown that a happier team is, the more joy in a team, 30% more productivity. So what do we need first? First, you need to be recognized by your boss, to feel empowered. Yes, you're good at doing that. Keep doing it. The number 2 is autonomy. When you're good at something, you need to have the guy above you or the woman above you telling you you can expand. You can do a little bit more, but in your own way. This is why Google is doing 1 day a week, and in some departments just half a day a week. They give the employee 4-5 hours, and they are paid to do what they want, as long as it might help the company. So they take risk. Sometimes it's wasted time. Nothing comes out. But this is what innovation comes from, right? Try to think with total creativity, with no limits whatsoever. So first is to be recognized. 2 is to get some autonomy. Then it's to expand the trust in the team. And for this, there's a few things we can do. And I call it open your mask, take off your mask. And it's really to know the employee next to you, to really get to know them. What's their real story? Why they do what they do? And this is what we're going to talk about tomorrow with our 7th speaker. They've been coached and they will tell you why they are an amazing businessman, an amazing actress. Or you'll see this guy tomorrow, he's an amazing bushman. He helps dogs all around Nepal. He's got a crazy story. But he will tell you why he does that. So recognition, autonomy, trust, and challenge. This you can go to your boss. If you're doing something too simple, you will not get happy, and you will get bored, and you will get unproductive. 90% of the people are disengaged at work. You need to ask your boss, or if you're an entrepreneur, you need to make your employee more engaged in what you do. And for this, very simple, a challenge just above their strength. Not something totally out of line, but something just a little bit above what they think they can accomplish. This is the happiest time in a company, is when you finish a program, a study, a report, a sales, that you were not sure you were able to do it. Just a bit more challenge. And the more you get challenging position, the more confident you will be. So this is for happiness at work and the job as a chief happiness officer. I encourage all of you to become chief happiness officer, especially if you're in a big company, right? Especially if in a company over 50 people. And it can be the president, it can be the human resource person. It's usually the communication person of the company. What are the roles of a chief happiness officer now? One is so to make the employee happier, with what I just said. Two, so to create events, make team building, make them, bring someone like me, or bring a consultant, bring someone that make them think outside of the box. And then the third thing, it's to listen to them when they have problem. Not every day, but sometime. Spend 30 minutes with your employee, just once a month if you can. Okay, tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on at home. Tell me what's going on with your family. And you don't react. You don't tell him it's wrong, it's great. You just listen to them. Because ultimately, people just want to be listened. They just want to feel part of something larger than them. They want to feel part of a tribe, of a family. You should see, like, I do that in America a lot, right? And everyone is about business, and they think, oh. And so the boss hire me because they want to increase productivity. And I come in a workshop with 30, 50 employees. And some employee, the first 5 minutes, they're like, what is it going to do? Happiness? Why do we need happiness? We just need to do our job correctly and it's going to be fine. 30 minutes later, half of the room is laughing because I make them laugh and I make them understand joy is a powerful thing. And then an hour later, most of employees start to tell their real story. They start to share. They start to cry because we need to create that family. We need to create that emotional roller coaster. Finally, and then we'll have a Q&A with the MC and then with the audience. Storytelling. For me, it's a big, big, big part of happiness. Understanding your story. And when I say understanding your story, it's not your resume. You will see tomorrow. It's not, I've done this, and then I've done this, and then I've done that, and this is who I am. No, it's what are the anecdote, the stories, the moments of your life that make you who you are. I'll give you a couple examples. For me, the reason I'm so much invested in happiness, it's because I spent 1 month in Ecuador in a tribe about 2.5 years ago, and I live with them. No electricity, almost no clothes, spider everywhere, snake in my home. It was crazy. But after 1 month with them, seeing how they were happy, so simple, I came back to the West and started teaching happiness. So that's my story, why I became a happiness expert, and I wanted to explore what was in this tribe that makes them so happy. Then storytelling. Why did I become a storytelling expert? And I love it. I was doing another volunteer job in Tanzania 4, 5, 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I think. And then I was there just to have fun and doing improvisation and laughing. And then the kids, they get up one by one and they told me incredible stories. Stories of pain, stories of... I was transformed. I was inspired by small 10 years old African kids. And I'm like, this is amazing. I'm a Frenchman, 40 years old, and I can be inspired by a 10 years old African kid. Everyone needs to tell their story to everyone else. So I came back to New York and then also start to do my event that you will see tomorrow, Stand Up for Passion. Because everyone has a story to tell. And the more you tell your story, the more you heal yourself, the more you inspire everyone. Because for me, this is the goal, and I'll conclude with that. Happiness is about to find inside of you what is it that drives you, and once you get this, use this to inspire as many people as you can. So thank you very much. Let's go now to the Q&A. Thank you. Thank you.
Life my use गर्न सक्छौँ नमस्ते आर्नोड नमस्ते You know Nepali? You know Nepali?
Sure, again, Milo Namo Arnaud.
मेरो नाम आर्नोड
Tata.
टाटा
Tata.
टाटा
Tata.
Okay.
That's what we say at the end, right? To relax.
Yeah.
Tata? No?
No.
Okay, someone was joking with me, maybe.
Thank God. Thank God. It was not something else.
Yeah.
Arnold, okay, I heard you. I heard you. And actually, we are running out of time, so I have a single most powerful question for you. It was given right there. You have been traveling the whole world, and you have worked with many different countries in the world. You have been staying here in Nepal for so many days, and I hope you will. I have a single most powerful question for you. We have businessmen actually here in the same hall. Why companies bring happiness as their single most priority in any companies?
So again, it's because we're in a world where we all so connected now, whether it's in Nepal or America or France or anywhere. Everyone is in the mobile phone all the time. So that creates so much more stress. You need to be connected to your boss. You need to know where is your company going. Number one, necessity. Number two, where we are now, we need so much innovation. This in America, 90% of the company are at the risk of failure. 90% if they don't innovate every 6 months now. Before, 10 years ago, it said you can innovate once every 10 years to stay in business. Nowadays, it's every 6 months. So that creates so much stress on the boss itself, on every entrepreneur I know, super stress, even if they receive millions of dollars in funding. Are they still going to be a business 6 months from now, a year from now? That creates so much stress for the employee itself. I don't know about Nepal, but in Europe and America, no employee, nowhere, whether it's in finance, in banking, or marketing or anything, is assured to have his job in 6 months from now. Because maybe someone younger might take the job, someone better, because maybe there will be a new app that replaces his job, or because we just don't need his job anymore, or because the field where he's working is just down. A year from now, there's no more. So there's a necessity. And then the last one is because, especially in the West, because the old religion, the family values, everything is gone. So you need to go back to something. And the only thing is this inner happiness, right? If you don't have this inner happiness, you're not going to be happy at work. So to finalize or to summarize, it's because where companies are now with the needed for innovation, because of the interconnectivity we always are with our phone, and because all the values are going down, and we need something to go to yourself, to keep your moral, to keep your vision intact for the future.
Even same thing applies here in Nepal as well, or?
So I've been here 2 days, right? I'm here for 10 days almost, so my goal is to meet as many people, and I will share you. But most likely, because I've seen they're already as connected. And it's difficult, of course, in Nepal, right? For so many people, it's difficult to get a job. In America, it's difficult to keep a job because you can get fired just like this in one single day. But here, to get a job, so I don't think it's much different. I'll see in 9-10 days, but it's a big trend now, right? How can I be now happy in my company? Because there's no choice. I have no choice. I might be out in a job in 6 months, in 1 year. So right now, I have to be happy. I have to use my time as efficiently as possible.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Arnaud.
you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thanks
for
a
your
lot.
time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Arnaud. Thank you. Thank you so much.